One of the best parts about being a vegan is that there are so many great leafy greens to choose from. Vegan Trump supporter here with you for another video. People have been asking me lately, hey Big Vern, you're such an influential vegan in the vegan movement. Tell us now, what is your favorite leafy green? One of the best parts about being a vegan is that there are so many great leafy greens to choose from. That's why I get so confused when people say, well Big Vern, ain't it hard being a vegan? Ain't it hard only being able to eat just a few things? And ain't nothing be further from the truth, because quite frankly, there is a lot to choose from, just even in the leafy green department. All the great leafy greens, these are going to include things like, kale, collard greens, spinach, romaine lettuce, Swiss chard, watercress. We said kale. Kale's one. Spinach is one. What else is? I know there's some more. There's mustard greens. Those ain't nothing to mess with. I'll tell you this. One time I went out to my favorite vegetable store here and went and bought myself a bunch of kale, thinking it was kale. It was near the kale. It looked like kale. I put it there in my there salad, and it turned out it was mustard greens. Mustard greens have a very distinct coating to them, so you can't miss that. I've been doing more with the Swiss chard. I like the Swiss chard. It's got a very high potassium count. You know, one thing about the kale is, for as great as kale is, it ain't perfect, and sometimes you can overdo it. Sometimes you get yourself just too much kale, and it can mess with your sulfur pathways, and you get a lot of that sulfur there. But you do get the sulforaphane. But I should say with kale, you really gotta be careful, because it is one of the most pesticide sprayed crops there are out there. So if you're gonna mess with kale, make sure you get organic. Make sure you download the old Clean 15 Dirty Dozen list, and make sure you know what vegetables you should be getting organic. I mean, you should be trying to get everything organic, but quite frankly, you don't need to get everything organic. Not everything needs to be organic. But spinach and kale, definitely want to get those organic. There's also bok choy. Bok choy is a good one. Bok choy is very specific though. You only really want to have that with Chinese food. Ain't no one do vegan better than the Chinese, I tell you that. And the Indian too, they do vegan quite well. And the Thai, well the Thai ain't really caught on to the vegan thing yet, but they're catching up. They'll get there. They'll get there curry vegan chicken's great. You can get some of that, you know, in a lot of places nowadays. So that's always good. And if I had to narrow it down to a favorite leaf green, I'd say it just depends on the day. I'm gonna say kale by default, cause kale, on top of being great by itself, it's even better when you cook it. You could put it in the oven, make little kale chips, put a little sea salt on there and some good old olive oil, and make yourself some good old kale chips right there in your oven. You can steam them up. You could cook them with with other veggies. They're just an all-around great leafy green. If I got a runner-up right now, I'd probably say watercress, because watercress has a lot of nutrients, very detoxifying. It binds to harmful heavy metals and toxins inside you, and it flushes it on out. Now, to kind of pull up the rear with that, maybe complement the watercress with something like cilantro. Even though I know that's not a leaf or green, you can still get plenty of work out of a good thing of cilantro. It's very detoxifying. Collard greens are great. You can make little collard wraps with collard greens. You can make your collard, hummus, sprouts wrap. That's always good. Just wrap some hummus and some sprouts up in there in a collard green, the big old leaves. And when it's the season, when it's the right season, you get those leaves real big. Then you also have, I forgot to mention, dandelion leaves. Those are awfully tasty and very detoxifying, very good for your liver. When it comes to my favorite leafy green, it's real hard to pick a favorite, but if I'm gonna be pressed to give y'all an answer, I'm gonna say kale, I'm gonna say collard greens, Swiss chard. Probably my top three right there. And coming up the rear, probably some spinach. Why not? Spinach is it's a Popeye love the spinach, so you know, of course I'm gonna love spinach too. So, but that's really all I got for you today. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.